It's official. We've entered the next stage of Bitcoin derangement syndrome. The banks are using the politicians to start bargaining. Welcome back, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I love to create this content, and the only thing that I ask is that you guys give me a like and subscribe. Anyways, let's dive into this story. So it looks like Elizabeth Warren and some other politicians have gotten together on behalf of the American Banking Association to threaten crypto companies. Anyways, let's dive into it. And the three companies specifically, or organizations, is Coin Center, the Blockchain Association, and Coinbase. So here we go. This is the tweet from Jerry Brito outlining the letter itself. Coin Center received the same impertinent letter from Elizabeth Warren as the BA and Coinbase. Read it for yourself and see what a bullying publicity stunt it is. Okay, so we're not gonna read the whole letter, but obviously I provide the link so that you guys can dig through it. But we're just gonna at least start off with the first paragraph because you can already tell the framing. Okay, I write regarding a troubling new report that your organization and other crypto interests are flexing a not-so-secret weapon. A small army of former defense, national security, and law enforcement officials to work on your behalf to undermine bipartisan efforts in Congress and the Biden administration to address the role of cryptocurrency in financing Hamas and other terrorist organizations. But wait, stop. Keep in mind, she's providing this messaging on behalf of the banks. Now, here's a link out of icjj.org, and let's dive into it. Global banks defy U.S. crackdowns by serving oligarchs, criminals, and terrorists, right? Because remember, she was just explaining how crypto and Bitcoin is funding Hamas. A currency doesn't fund something. People fund ideas, organizations, projects, people. Okay? Think about that. These people are nuts. Okay, here we go. Government documents reveal that JP Morgan Chase, HSBC, and other big banks have defied money laundering crackdowns by moving staggering sums of illicit cash for shadowy characters and criminal networks that have spread chaos and undermined democracy around the world. The records show that 5 global banks, JP Morgan, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Deutsche Bank, and Bank of New York Mellon, kept profiting from powerful and dangerous players even after U.S. authorities fined these financial institutions for earlier failures to stem flows of dirty money. U.S. agencies responsible for enforcing money laundering laws rarely, and this is the key, rarely prosecute mega banks that break the law. And the actions authorities do take barely ripple the flood of plundered money that washes through the international financial system. And yes, this is something I've said 1,000 times before. I'm sure everyone's sick of hearing it. I know it's difficult to believe, but look, the banks, okay, the banks own the rails. So who do you think can move massive amounts of money around the world without anyone detecting it? Why, of course, it is the people who own the infrastructure, the people that own the rails, the institutions that own the rails. It's not you and me. Okay, we're not the ones moving these billions of dollars around. It's such a mind fuck what is happening to us. It's so sad. And what's even more pathetic is that there's individual human beings like you and me that are in these positions that see this stuff happening and don't do anything about it. Why? Because we all need a paycheck. It's such a pathetic existence. Like we live in such a pale version of humanity. Anyways, all right, yeah, this gets worse. But I just wanted to show the disparity between, hey, we're trying to stop the money laundering, but in the meantime, the biggest banks in the world are the ones doing the money laundering. So, Elizabeth Warren, it's kind of like the emperor wears no clothes. I know. Let's not talk about that. Maybe that was a bad analogy, but it kind of is. It kind of is the emperor wears no clothes. Okay, so here is a clip of the video, and this is pretty good. Here, this is from the TFTC Twitter account. Co-sponsor of the Bitcoin ban bill reveals the American Bankers Association helped write the bill. Oh my gosh, no way! Who would have thought? Who would have thought that the bankers helped write the bill? Let's take a listen.
Senator Warren and I have authored the Digital Asset Anti-Money Laundering Act that represents a step in the right direction. Again, I think that this is a light touch. The first thing we did is we went to the American Bank Association and said, help us craft this. And I don't know if you saw Senator Warren's hearing with Jamie Dimon yesterday, but Mr. Dimon said basically, in his opinion, crypto is only a tool for criminals.
Ah, yes. Crypto is only for criminals. The records show that 5 global banks, JP Morgan, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Deutsche Bank, Bank of New York Mellon, kept profiting from powerful and dangerous players even after U.S. authorities fined these financial institutions for earlier failures to stem flows of dirty money. So the mindfuck irony, okay? The total mindfuck irony of this is that the banks, the biggest money launderers, okay? And it's already been proven. It's already been proven on multiple occasions that less than 0.01% of illicit money flows go through crypto, and Bitcoin. These people don't care about your or my security. Make no mistake, these people only care about maintaining their control and state control. That is it. There is no other piece to this. All the fluffy stuff that they put around it is just to buy your support. That's all it is. It's just, for lack of a better term, they're just jerking you off while they're telling you a story, and they're hoping that you're gonna feel good about it. Now, here's some reactions from from essentially that video and these letters. Let's dive into it right here. So this is from Coinbase CEO, who I am not a fan of because he is also an enemy of Bitcoin. Make no mistake, Brian loves to cheer for crypto because he gets to make tons of money off the fees, but he will not help Bitcoin. He will only do what he must do in order to maintain a quote unquote positive public appearance, but it's not. Anyways, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong expressed disappointment with lawmakers advocating for banks, highlighting the dissatisfaction among numerous Americans with the existing financial system. Sam Lyman, the director of public policy at Bitcoin miner Riot Platforms, they're not even trying to hide it anymore. The big banks wrote the bill to kill crypto in the U.S., but please keep telling me this is just about AML. AML is just another acronym for KYC, right? Know your customer. According to lawmakers, the bill addresses existing loopholes and aligns the digital asset ecosystem more closely with established anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism frameworks that govern the broader financial system. Pierre Rochard, the research VP of Riot Platforms, described the senator's statement as an attack on the First Amendment, saying Elizabeth Warren is now attacking the First Amendment. Bitcoin proponents have a right to engage in the policy-making process. We can't just pass laws written by big banks without debate. And this is pretty funny because essentially what Elizabeth Warren is crying about, okay, is the fact that Bitcoin proponents and crypto proponents are using the same methods and tools that their institutions are using, right? The institutions that fund people like Elizabeth Warren, that essentially fund all politicians, right? All of these lobbyists. So why can't we use the same tools they use, right? Because it's all about rules for thee and not for me. So, of course, the best thing you can do is try to threaten, discredit, and bully these people that are actually trying to change things. Supposedly she stands up for the little person. I don't buy it. I just don't buy it. And in typical Bitcoiner fashion, here we go. This is a tweet out of Freddie New. Let's see who Freddie is. General counsel at the Little Carco, head of policy. Oh, Bitcoin policy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, somebody knows about laws and Bitcoin. This is not good for them. Okay, so here we go. What did Freddie have to say? Dear Senator Warren, many in the Bitcoin community will have read your letters sent to Blockchain Association, Coin Center, and Coinbase. We include an example in the thread below. However, not many of us realized at first that you had cunningly hidden a Bitcoin address in the very first paragraph. Uh-oh. Oh no. Using the method we described below, we were able to create, oh no, an unhosted wallet? They created a wallet out of her letters? What? Create a wallet using only the words from the beginning of your letter, demonstrating yet again that code is speech. That speech is protected by the First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States, and that information wants to be free. We are sharing the address of the wallet created from the text of your letter below. The public address is, and yeah, I'm not going to read that whole thing off. We promise that any and all contributions made to this wallet will be donated to the Blockchain Association, Coin Center, and to Coinbase in their fight against authoritarianism. Thank you for so thoughtfully demonstrating the enormous power of this technology. Do not fuck with Bitcoiners. I mean, it's just at this point, right? Like, this is what they don't understand. Okay, so for years and years, all there ever was the mainstream corporate narrative. Okay, but ever since the internet, all of this information has been disintermediated. The truth machine is not entirely controlled by the state. And as a result, these people, okay, politicians, and all of these institutions that have relied on their moat of keeping all of us in check, it's crumbling, and it's crumbling fast. All of the links I use are in the show notes, and you can go take a look. There is a link that Freddie New provided on how you can create your own brain wallet. It's a GitHub link. Anyways, that's going to be all in the show notes. To wrap it up, the icing on the cake, this tweet from Elizabeth Warren: crypto companies are spending millions building an army of former defense and law enforcement officials. But if it was her and they were paying her, it would be okay. It's okay. To lobby against new rules shutting down crypto finance terrorism. And I'm sorry, but when you know for a fact that the banks move the majority of the money around for terrorists, how does somebody this educated be so disingenuous? It's so sad. It's like, and this is part of the mind fuck, right? If you have enough credentials and you believe essentially the smoke they're blowing up your ass, you actually think that you're in the right, and you think that you can do no wrong, not realizing that you are part of an authoritarian system which enforces tyranny through government violence. But we call it freedom. Anyways, all right, so here we go. This revolving door boosts the crypto industry, but endangers our national security. And you know what? We should give a shout out to the community notes. Great job. Because we didn't even have to go out and debunk this. Community notes are there. So here we go. Cryptocurrency is objectively less than 1% of all monetary illicit activity. There is also nothing supporting the claim that it could threaten national security. Cash is untraceable. Blockchains are public ledgers. These people are evil. Okay, and I know people sit there and be like, nobody's inherently evil. They're just following their incentives. If you understand that what you're doing, okay, is wrong, or let me rephrase that. If you understand that what you're doing has to do with maintaining your power, you're most likely in the wrong. You're most likely part of the problem. That's what it is. Sorry. I know it hurts. You know, you want to sit there and be like, well, no, what are you talking about? I have such good intentions. The world was not fucking built on your good intentions, on anyone's good intentions. Okay? So this is all just nonsense. Anyways, yeah, we're definitely progressing in the then they fight you stage. And like I said at the beginning, this is the bargaining stage of the Bitcoin derangement syndrome. Anyways, guys, that is our clip for today. And don't forget, it is brought to you by fellow Bitcoiner and pleb Full Throttle Hodl, who is reminding you, go fuck yourself, stay sovereign, and don't buy the bullshit from the politicians. They're all about maintaining their moat, their control, and their power. Catch you all next week.